What's up, everyone? This is Max Scherzy from Team EOTS, the group behind the upcoming PMD Explorers of Skyhack, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Spirit, which will be the first ever playable full-length PMD story hack, digitally releasing worldwide on March 11th, 2022. I am joined by two other key members of Team EOTS. First, we have Pascalin, creative team member for Team EOTS and also a contributor for PMD Chip 2 Apple Alliance, PMD Otherworld, and the head of PMD Suntown Secrets. How has this night been?
It's been pretty good, you know. Most of it's been spent in a recording session. Wonder for what.
Yeah, it's been wonderful so far. I'm also joined by Espic of Team EOTS creative team and also the project head for PMD Explorers of the Unknown. How has this night been for you?
Good. Asterisk.
Excellent. Okay, the gist of this video, folks. Since we know that PMD fans really have an affinity for game journalists, we thought that we would put together, something that game journalists like to do. I have one of these developers talk over gameplay footage things that happen in the lead up to the release of a game. And it doesn't matter that we're a ROM hack, folks. We're breaking boundaries here. So we're just going to do it anyways, even though this is a ROM hack, not a game.
We never said it couldn't be cringe.
And the reason why we're doing this is because, this hack's been in development for about 2 years now, and for the most part, we've been keeping pretty quiet about what this hack's actually about. We figured less than a week to go until the game comes out, it's time for us to actually start to talk about that a little bit. But we've been keeping quiet because there's a lot of secrets and a lot of things that you need to see without any prior knowledge. It is imperative. But I guess we can talk about what's on screen right now. As you can see, the dungeon that we're going through right now is called Treasure Town Ruins. We really like this one, obviously, which is why we're using it for this video. But it kind of gives a clue to the listener that is paying a lot of attention, or the viewer, that we are exploring the treasure town that you love and know in this game. We're doing it in a whole new way that really plays off of your expectations for what should and should not occur. This hack in general is all about our familiar comforts and our uncomfortable changes, and we have a lot of a lot of particular moments that we really think you're gonna love. This is a whole story that we have put way too much time into in critiquing, as I'm sure both these two can allude to, because they were doing a lot of that.
There's never spending too much time improving.
It is true.
That's real shit.
To a point. To a point. We did not reach that point, luckily. We have a very, very good story here.
But we should talk a little bit about the gameplay. This is supposed to be a first exclusive look at gameplay. Whatever. I think that's the title of the video, unless I change it when I upload.
World premiere.
World premiere. Real ones remember that first trailer for this. Yeah, in general, the gameplay for this game, our philosophy that we've had all throughout is that we want to simultaneously encourage freedom of choice while also pushing the creative usage of all the different mechanics that are available to a player in the Explorers of Sky engine. And in doing this, we wanted to keep a fine balance between making level design that was forgiving enough for novice PMD players by gradually introducing these mechanics and making it feel intuitive to want to use them, but also keeping veterans on guard by having each level feel very unique and something that requires its own set of planning. We have a lot of emphasis on planning, and that applies no matter your skill level going into this game. It's going to need to be different methods that you need to use to get through different dungeons in this game. I don't know if you two have any good stories about that while you were testing.
I think I can say one for sure. And I'm gonna make sure that I can do this. Do you know the one I'm thinking of?
I think so.
So there was this one dungeon. Name cannot be said for obvious spoiler reasons, because you'll have to see for yourself. Woo. But there was an enemy in particular.
Yeah.
I still remember to this day. I remember its exact moveset. Lumane's Rise Up. It was an Espeon.
I knew that's where you were going.
Yep. With this Espeon, just kept giving us trouble, and we had to test that over and over to make sure that was at exact good balance.
Right.
Luckily, we got it there after a while. The trauma still stands.
Oh yeah, there's been so much trial and error, and to that point, a lot of the trial and error comes from with this general philosophy we've had of, you know, all play styles need to be viable to an extent. You know, that extends to all the different Pokemon that you can play as well. So, you know, in that case, I do my own testing with the team that you're seeing right now, Piplup and Torchic, but across all the people that are testing, we have all kinds of different teams because we have to account for all the different scenarios that you could have in a given dungeon. It is proven to be quite tricky, but after a while, I think we really figured out. We really cracked the code, and we have something special going on here. Another thing that I want to add here, we really want dungeons to feel different from one another. We want them to be unique levels with unique things that are being tested in each level. You will see different item distribution. You know, you will see different general floor layouts. You know, and probably the biggest and most noticeable one will be that every dungeon is monotype in this game. And just that change alone, we quickly found is something that really emphasizes the planning part of the game that we want to be at the forefront. Changing the move sets and the links and the items that you might want to use, because those things will change based on the tools that are presented for you. To balance that out, we wanted to take a lot of maybe the more frustrating aspects of the game out. So we've had a hard and fast rule of, in this hack, there are no traps, no random monster houses. Period. We've taken that out just because, you know, if a loss is not something that can be learned from, then it has no place in this hack. And I think that's something we can all agree that we've been really trying to stick to.
I would definitely rather lose to bad skill than bad RNG.
Same here, same here.
So that was our part talking about just general dungeon design, but on top of that, we also thought that it would be important to throw a lot of big set pieces in this game. And I'm not just talking about the story, though. That is certainly there as well. A stat that I like to bring up a lot is that PMD Explorers of Sky has 10 bosses that you face throughout the course of its main story. Explorers of the Spirit has 18 bosses. And that's not counting any of the optional encounters that we have near the end of the game, which I think are really awesome. And
the best ones.
The best ones. I cannot stop playing them personally. They're really great. And
biased alert.
And on top of that, we also have many dungeons in which you will have an ally that joins you, and this is something that kind of ties in with our story. We have a very wide cast that all has their own arcs, their own development, their own memorable moments, their own emotional connections that you'll get with them. And so, of course, by extent, it only makes sense that they would join you in dungeons. Now, that being said, we have had a hard and fast rule in terms of their dungeon implementation that guests can never be a hindrance. Guests are a way to accentuate dungeon design and allow us to try out things that we wouldn't otherwise be able to try. But those things do not include babysitting an ally that cannot hold their own. That will not happen in this hack. Am I going to get in trouble for saying that? What do you guys think?
No.
No. There are no escort missions. That's the best part.
There are no escort missions. I think every dev should put that out of the box. No escort mission.
That's a selling point of a game.
That is a selling point. And that's about all we can talk about right now. Thank you all for watching. PMD Explorers of the Spirit coming out March 11th, 2022. I think I speak for all of us when I say that we cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on it. We have been working on this for a very long time, put a lot of thought, a lot of effort into everything that's going on. And thank you for watching this, self-indulgent fake Game Journo preview video. It was
Floors of the
blast.
Spirit, 4.8 out of 10.